Look who we have here. Aaron Thompson. Aaron is the inventor of something called Modulo, which is a Kickstarter, right?
That's right.
You're raising money. How much have you raised so far?
We've raised $34,000 so far.
What's your goal?
Well, our initial goal was $10,000 just to get the project going.
So you're funded?
We're funded, and now we're trying to raise more to start it as a sustainable company so we can develop new products and support our community and continue on with it.
If you go to Kickstarter, search for Modulo, is that enough? You'll be able to find it. There it is right there.
Yep.
And 10 more days. So if you want to get any of these things, and I think you're going to, what's your background? Are you an engineer?
I'm an engineer. So I worked at Pixar for the last 12 years.
How neat? As an engineer? Or?
As both an engineer, and I worked on the films directly.
Fun.
So yeah, I worked on Finding Nemo and The Incredibles.
What'd you do on those?
I was a shading technical director. So I wrote code that makes the surfaces look like whatever material they're made out of, whether it's
really cool.
wood or concrete or
So you have
steel.
a background in software, it sounds like.
Yep.
Yeah. But obviously, this is all hardware.
Yeah, this is a hardware thing. It has a lot of similarities in a way. I was working on tools for creative people to help them use technology to do creative things, and that's what I'm doing here with hardware now.
So let's start with this looks like, so you were at Maker Faire with this, but it wasn't Kitty Chow that you had in there for Maker Faire.
It was Kitty with a D instead of Kid T with a T. We had a dispensing candy at Maker Faire.
So this is the base of everything, right?
That's right.
Tell me about this unit.
So this is a modular system.
Okay.
So you've got a base, and then you've got devices that can slide into it.
All right. Oh, that's interesting. Let me get my fingers out of the way. So you could slide. These are little grooves that you would slide things in. You've slid two things in here. This is display?
Yeah, it's a display. It's a color OLED display. And then we have a combination knob, push button, RGB LED.
What happens? Should I push the button?
You can push it.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me do that again. That is the awesomest thing ever. Let's do it again. Oh, and little Kitty Chow goes into the bowl. That is fantastic. Now, cats are never going to push that themselves, but...
That's right, but if if
you're in bed...
Cat's being good. So this is a spark core or a particle photon. It's a Wi-Fi development board.
Okay.
So I have...
so that's also modular. That's also slid in.
Yep, that just pops right in there.
All right.
Yep. So I've got an app on my phone here. I'm using the Blink app. It's an app that lets you build interfaces.
Camera. Okay, let me see. There it is.
So I'm going to hit this button on the app.
It does the same thing.
It does the same thing, and then
I could do this over the internet?
You can do it over the internet. That's right.
Oh, that's sweet.
And you can build this yourself.
What is this showing here?
This is showing I've dispensed 8 treats.
Okay. This application is widely available. Is it at the Apple Store?
Yeah, this is not our application, but another Kickstarter recently developed this. Makes it really easy to make interfaces on your phone to control projects with Modulo or with other.
That's kind of cool, because what it means is there's an ecosystem now. It's not just you. There's an ecosystem of stuff that can all interoperate.
Yeah, one of the big things for me, I want to make Modulo work with everything that's out there.
Right.
Whether it's Arduino, Raspberry Pi, BeagleBone, Particle, Blink, all of these different things. And, all these people are creating things, building the community up, and I think it's just great.
What's nice, and I guess Kickstarter now requires this, is you can't just say, I have an idea. You have to actually have a prototype. And so that's what we're seeing here. What else should we look at?
Yeah, so this is just a simple demo that shows how these things slide in and out.
Okay.
So this just slides like that.
Wow.
So there's
very easy. In fact, this reminds me a little bit of Little Bits, right? The idea that you can snap stuff in and out.
That's right.
This is so cool. What is this graph showing? That's really neat.
So yeah, it's just showing some data.
It's the output
being graphed,
basically of the.
And then you can see
the
position
knob.
of this knob, change its.
So this doesn't do anything, but it gives you an idea of how these modules can do stuff. Oh, there's a little joystick module.
Little joystick, yeah.
Oh wow. So when you ship these out, tell me about the costs on the Kickstarter.
So it starts at $69.
And what do you get
for
that?
A basic kit. It's you the base and the controller, which you can program in Arduino, or you can connect it to a computer and program it from Python.
Okay. So this is the controller.
You a knob here.
And you get one knob. And then you can buy more.
To get you started, yeah. And then we have.
Look, there's Aaron on the.
Dispensing more treats for it.
Spontaneous treat dispensing. All right, that's cool. And this is connected to just one of those inexpensive phone chargers.
Yeah, just a phone charger.
That's where you're getting the battery.
Yep.
That's great. It's a micro USB connector on Spark board.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what do they call it now? Photon board.
Photon, yeah, the particle photon.
What else you got here?
So this is a tea robot. Her name is Penelope.
I love this. Erin has named, not only are they all female, but you've named them. So this is a, okay, you're controlling that. All right, good, good. You've put a little a little bag of herbal tea on there.
Yeah.
All right. Can you see this from the other side? Because I want you to see the interface too. No. Keep it just as you had it. We have a camera
yeah,
right there. It says tea time.
So you can change how long you want to steep your tea.
Okay. Normally I do it for 5 minutes, but for purposes of television.
For television.
Let's make a very weak cup of tea.
Okay. Let's just do it for like 7 seconds.
It's gonna drop it in.
Let me make sure it's lined up.
Okay. You gotta line it up with a joystick.
Okay. And then I'm gonna push start.
One more. Here she comes. Penelope's dropping the tea bag, and now the counter, and it's done.
And it rings the bell when it's done. So
oh, and you know your tea's done. Okay, maybe a little bit more complicated than it has to be, but fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it shows you can build a cool controller with knobs and a joystick and a display.
I love this. You know, these are really
chain it
nice.
over to your robot with your motor drivers.
This is really polished for a prototype. I mean, these look really, really good.
Yeah. One really important thing to me was to make something when you put it together, you've got a solid, nice thing. It's not this big tangle of wires. It's not going to fall apart. Yeah. You know, building things on breadboards and that kind of thing, it's always really fragile. So I wanted to kind of get past that.
This is for grilling here.
Yeah, that's right. So
it's Memorial Day weekend. I know you're going to be firing up the grill.
I like to barbecue. I like to do long, you know, a slow brisket
like smoking,
or ribs, smoking, that kind of thing.
But that's a long time.
It does, and you got to stand there and check the temperature.
Temperature has to be just right. Yeah.
So I built this.
So you got a little thermocouple or something. What is it?
That's a thermocouple.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that goes into a module on the Modulo that is just designed for measuring temperature. What else? I love these OLED displays. They're really beautiful. What it looks like a graph.
Showing a graph there, showing the temperature and the set temperature and the fan speed.
Oh, and you have a little fan. So this is
fan.
What is this doing? This is blowing air into the smoker.
The idea is you close off everything except for this fan input.
And that's really how you control temperature, right?
Yeah.
The air...
So you turn on the fan and it gives the charcoal oxygen.
Right.
And then your temperature
starts to heat
goes
up. How well does this work? This looks really cool.
It works really well. I think on the webpage down below we have a few pictures of some ribs I barbecued.
How long did you cook them for?
Ribs were probably about 6 hours. I did a brisket that was about 12 hours.
Oh, man. This is very cool.
And if we turn this knob, it'll change the set point here.
So you can, so what temperature did you do those at?
Probably 225.
Okay, so you turn this knob till you get 225.
And now it's turned blue because the temperature is below our set point.
Ah, so the little fan will come on.
That's right.
Yeah.
If I turn it the other way, the fan turns off and it's red because it's now above our set point.
Oh, the knob changes color too.
Yeah.
This is so cool. I love this. Well, if you go to Kickstarter.com and you search for Modulo.
Or if you can go to modulo.co.
Modulo.co is the website. And you want to make a business out of this.
Yeah, I want to make a business. I want to make lots of other modulos.
I love this idea.
Expand the ecosystem, work with more and more partners to really make it easy for people to build electronics.
Such a great idea. Erin Thompson, I wish you the best. I think everybody should go to modulo.co, find out about this. It's not too late. You got 10 days if you want to pledge a little bit more. And what are you have some stretch goals?
Yeah, so our next stretch goal is an IR transceiver. Ooh. So it can receive signals from an infrared remote control. Yeah. So you can control your project across the room.
Oh, neat.
Or it can send signals to things that receive them.
What
so you can
that?
Turn your TV on and off, turn the volume up and down on your AV receiver, stuff like that. So.
Go to the Kickstarter and watch Erin make tea. What fun is that? Thank you, Erin.
Thanks so much
to
for
meet
having
you.
me on.
Thanks for coming by.